Hi all, and welcome to another episode of T-Shirt Talk, where I randomly talk about my T-shirts that I bought from concerts or festivals. Right, now today you'll notice I've got a Monster Munch T-shirt on. Now I'm not going to be talking about that because at the end of the day, Monster Munch, roast beef, the best flavour, that's it. So if I talked about that, be it a short episode, goodbye everybody, that'll be it. Bye, but no. So this is going to be a Bloodstock T-shirt from 2015, and this was the year a pal of mine called Jamesy, bought me the Rock Society, Rock Stock Society add-on for the VIP, which basically gives you perks. It gets you a backstage tour, which we did, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely incredible. We got showed around the site and explained things about the ongoing things that happen, and then we got took around the back and by the wagons where they offload everything. Now I'm a forklift driver, so that sort of thing interests me. We're seeing lorries, where they get delivered to and all that. And then we went round sort of like the cabins and the containers and whatever. Saw all that. Went round the back of the stage, up the steps. And believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. We got showed when Sepultura were playing live on the Sunday. And it's my first time ever seeing a band side stage. We were kind of side back. But watching it in the thick of the action with Derek Green going mental, and I could hear the drums pounding, and it was mind-blowing. I've never really thought about watching a band at the side, like in that sort of scenario, like literally being there and experiencing it. But oh wow, it was just like, I just couldn't believe it. I did take a picture. I don't know where it is. It's on my phone somewhere. It might be an old phone. I don't even know. But wow, what an experience! So fortunate. I mean, I didn't even expect it. I didn't think that was going to happen because he never mentioned that the tour would be part of that. But wow, we came out and Sepultura was still playing, so we sort of came down the side bit of the barrier and came through a door or something. I can't remember, but something like that. And we ended up coming and then seeing all the people crowd surfing and we just walked along the barrier bit and then back into the crowd, and then we saw Sepultura playing. Wow, it's phenomenal. But that isn't the actual story that I want to tell about this year. Now, 2015. I was working a night shift and I couldn't get the night off. This was Wednesday night I was working, and so I got up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to work, did a 12-hour night shift, and then it was Thursday morning, Bloodstock morning. So the options were maybe grab an hour, 2 hours or something, sleep. But I had a friend coming down, Jams, and he drove down from Durham. Now, he was driving, so I didn't have to worry about driving. So I waited for him, and I didn't bother getting any sleep. And I thought, well, I'll get some sleep at the festival. But, well, that was a daft idea because that didn't happen. So we got there, we got camped up, which was all good. I was all right. I was buzzing, really, adrenaline. I've been up, I don't know what time by that, how long by that point, 20 hours or something. And I was feeling good. And I thought, well, I'll get a beer and then I'll have a sleep. But like I say, it didn't happen. So a few more beers. People pass you beers, don't they, and all that. So a few more beers, and it was like 3 or 4 o'clock now. And I'm thinking, well, it's too late now. I can't. So the first bands start about 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't quite know when they started in 2015. But we watched the first couple of bands. Brilliant. I was loving it, and life was great. And then by about I don't really know, 8-ish, half 8 maybe, I started getting tired. My eyes were going, and I'm standing up watching the bands, and I'm like doing that thing where your head, nodding, like literally falling asleep. I was standing up, and I'm like, oh my, this is not good. I want to see the rest. There was a band called Desecration on, and I love them. Brilliant death metal band, absolutely fantastic. And they were playing, but then they still weren't keeping me awake. I was so tired. So I thought, right, I need to do something. So I gave my mate my glasses and my wallet and my phone and everything that I could lose. and I gave it to him, and I was like, right, going in the pit. I'm gonna do some moshing. I'm going in that pit to wake myself up. You know, it was awesome. The band was brilliant, and I was loving it. So I thought, why not? Let's go in there and let's have some fun. So I went in, and I didn't really, apart from giving my mate the valuables, I didn't really think about it. And so I went in, and I'm having a good time moshing about, and one of my trainers comes off, right, and I'm like standing there thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? And now this is the funny thing, and I don't really know how this happened, but I must have been standing there and like a bit. I couldn't see it because I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see it, so I can't remember. Like I say, basically what happened is this: I got talking to this guy, and he was like, I told him about my trainer that I'd lost it. As me hobbling on one foot, kind of deal, and he was like, right, I'm gonna go and get it. So I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. So anyway, a few minutes later, I can't even see this guy. He's gone off, and he comes back with his hand in the air. And my trainer in it. He's literally grabbing it, like, yeah, like a chalice or something, you know. Come on, sort of thing. Brilliant. And I was like, wow, that's fantastic. I mean, at the end of the day, it would have turned up probably at the end of the set or something, but it was just, it was so funny. And by this point, I'd literally woken up and forgot how tired I was. I'd been up for like close to 30 hours by that point, but I wasn't that bothered. I got my trainer back, and he disappeared. I was going to buy him a beer, but didn't. But I don't know where he went. I never saw him. But wow, oh, it's so funny. And I look back at it. It's just great. It just shows the spirit of Bloodstock and heavy metal in general. Really, I think, you know, the sort of the bond. I just met a stranger, a random dude, and he did an act of kindness, and it was so funny. Looking back at it, it was funny at the time, and looking back at it, it's just absolutely brilliant. What a year! So 2015, there was some good bands on that year. I got Opeth and Rob Zombie. Cannibal Corpse played; they were brilliant. This was when I saw Sepultura backstage. But Orange Goblin were great. Napalm Death, Overkill. Rage and Speedon were brilliant as well. Nuclear Assault, I remember watching them. And there was a band on the small stage. I always find a band which I really, really enjoy at the small stage. There's several, but there was a standout one, and that was a band called Mastiff. They were brutal, heavy. Oh, and also Godflesh were fantastic. Watching them was just like, wow, you know, Godflesh. So industrial, absolutely phenomenal. So heavy and in your face, pounding, brilliant. What else did we see? We saw Conan. They blew my mind. I mean, heaviness is a funny thing, isn't it? It's not always just blast beats and speed. And Conan are a slowish band. They destroyed that set. They were fantastic. Possibly at the time, or maybe I don't know ever, but definitely one of the heaviest bands I've ever seen. Absolutely phenomenal. Who else have we got? Flesh God Apocalypse, they were brilliant. Lawnmower Death were there as well. And Napalm Death, I don't know if I said them. Napalm Death, I met them, they were brilliant. Meeting Barney was fantastic. What a legend he is. He's just so good, isn't he? And what else we got? We got Death to All. They were stunning. I met them as well. So I mean, there was other bands I can't think, but the t-shirt's cool. The front of it's cool. It's got 2015 on. The back's cool, black. I like the black and white, to be honest with you. It's neat. It's one of my favourite Bloodstock t-shirts, and it was a fantastic year. It was one of my favourite years, really, with the Trainer story and other bands. All the bands I like. Absolutely brilliant. Right. So if you like this video, give me a like, please. It lets me know that you actually enjoy watching this talk about t-shirts. So I'd appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.